Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Dave, Sam, and welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. We're going to switch some hoops tonight. We're going to get just a little bit loony with our review of Space Jam: A New Legacy tonight. Before we get started, I want to remind you guys to go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that like button down below, and follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So, Space Jam: A New Legacy. Let's jump right into it. This film, thus far, has been causing a little bit of an uproar on social media with all the critics and everything. Has a really low critic score. A lot of audiences aren't liking it, but we're going to talk about what our point of view is on it. Not here to try to change your opinion, but gonna give you guys our honest point of view, coming from a Looney Tunes fan, big fan of hybrid animation things, and from a casual viewer.
Okay.
So, for those of you who don't know, Space Jam: A New Legacy follows superstar LeBron James and his young son, Dom, who get trapped in a digital version, a digital space by a rogue AI. To get home safely, LeBron teams up with Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, and the rest of the Looney Tunes gang for a high-stakes basketball game against the AI's digitized champions of the court, a powered-up roster known as the Goon Squad. Does half of this plot sound familiar? Of course it does, because it's almost the exact same as the first Space Jam that we got back in 1996.
Well, I mean, nobody complained when the damn Lion King had the same plot.
There we go. Talk to the people.
I'm just saying.
And Lion King had the exact same plot, beat for beat. There's a lot of things that this movie banks on. It doesn't really bank on nostalgia. There's a lot of references in here, which we'll talk about in a few, to different Warner Brothers properties. To some, it may seem like a big commercial for the HBO Max streaming service, which this is also airing on, in addition to being available in theaters for you to watch. Directed by Malcolm D. Lee and produced by Ryan Coogler, who directed Black Panther. This movie was released on Friday, July 16th, as we said, in theaters and on HBO Max. Rated PG, runs about an hour, 55 minutes, including credits. It cost $150 to make, and thus far has made $54.7 million, which puts it above. As a matter of fact, its opening weekend was about around 30 million, a little over 30 million. So it put it automatically above the original Space Jam. So this has already gotten better money than the first Space Jam.
I don't think that's a fair assumption because of the fact that the first Space Jam, there was no coronavirus out.
That is very true.
So,
but then couldn't you argue that this would probably make more then?
I would not say that.
No?
I don't think it's a fair assumption to determine which one will make more, because of the time frame or the period of time that it's being released.
True. I can understand that.
What else came out? November, yeah. So that's definitely still pandemic mode, definitely. So yeah.
So this movie starts off. One of the things I really like about this movie is that it gives you it allows you to relate to a lot of the characters. LeBron's story, I understood the characters. I was able to follow them, understand their motives, the things that they want, and why they make certain decisions in the movie. The AI, played by Don Cheadle, they give him intention, motivation for his evil intentions. One of the things I like, even on my first viewing, is even Bugs Bunny himself has a story arc in this here movie. And I enjoyed it because he has his wants and his needs and his motivations behind him doing the things that he does in this movie. So before I talk about it more, I want to get your opinion on it, Sam. I want to go ahead and start with you.
Who else you gonna start with?
Not me.
What?
What are your thoughts about this movie? Like, just tell the people what you think about this movie.
It's a okay movie. Of course, it's geared and catered towards
the younger audience.
Yeah, as it should be, as the other Space Jam was also catered towards younger audience. I mean, that's just the audience they're trying to target.
Right.
So, I mean, it is what it is. If you're looking for it to be like an exact replica of the original Space Jam, you will be sadly mistaken.
Sadly mistaken.
You will be hurt. um, let's see. I don't know if you like it. I mean, it's just all right. Like Dave said, every character got something going on. I think that's a lot and a little messy. I mean, don't mind a little backstory, but
You thought it was messy.
yeah, it is for everybody to have something going on. Damn, you don't think so?
I didn't. I've seen a lot of characters with motivation be messy.
You know why I say that? Because that's a gamble when you have characters having different,
Mm-hmm.
because you can start a storyline and then not finish it, or rush to finish the storyline, or just different things could come up with it. So that's why I think it's a gamble, especially when you have that one major storyline.
Mm-hmm.
So
Do you think that anyone's story in particular in this movie was rushed?
If I have to say off the top of my head, I would say the cousin with
I thought the one that was with LeBron the whole time, that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially when they went to the little area to they got sucked in. So it was like, we get it how you're not family, whatever, but even if they would have just had just them go, it would have still been fine.
Yeah.
Because they didn't do nothing with him. They didn't show him running around the building trying to find them. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's an exact example of trying to create too much and you don't give it a proper conclusion, or even you don't give it the intro. You don't have no body. You just have an intro and conclusion on this character.
Right. See, I saw him more as a comedic relief, though, so I was kind of willing to just kind of let that slide.
But did we need one at the time? I mean, there were plenty. And then why use him when you could have used somebody in the the little zone they were in?
Yeah, the one of the
Toon characters. With all those characters that you had, you could have showed something, even if it was somebody running or getting blown up real quick. Like there was room for them to do that if that was the case.
Right. And now I'm actually really glad you brought that up too, because we talked about it a little bit, but I do talk about it with a lot of other people as well. I say one of my major gripes with the Looney Tunes in particular, with them getting movies, is that I don't feel that their looniness is really focused on a lot. Like, I always feel like there could be more loony in that. And so, and to that credit, yeah, we didn't need that comedic relief, because what replace him and add in a Looney Tunes character, whether it be the classic Bugs and Daffy rivalry, or even more Bugs Bunny story himself, because like I said, he does have an arc.
It was lacking a lot of that. Like,
yeah, and that's the annoying thing about these movies. And I think by now I've just become just so like, okay, well, they're obviously not going to focus so much on these characters, because for some reason, when we come in to see these animated characters, we see 55 minutes of humans and 10 minutes of the character we came to see. So it's a common problem, and it really sticks out to me with Looney Tunes characters. So if there's one criticism I have of this movie, it's the same criticism I will have for any Looney Tunes movie, even Back in Action, which is my favorite one. I wish there was more Looney Tune antics and way less people. Like, I wish they could. And I feel like with this movie, they kind of put themselves in a position to kind of maybe go in that direction of that if they continue to make Looney Tunes movies. I know a few that are coming up, and I hope they do get released. And I feel like, okay, this is the direction we need to go. We need to have more Looney and less people. So that's in my opinion.
Sometimes they can mess that up too. They can. They just need to have like and I'm not saying equal balance, or there just needs to be equilibrium. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, a good enough story.
Enough of both, and So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So with this movie, LeBron James, I want to start talk about LeBron. His acting in this, I thought it was fine. I mean, Michael Jordan wasn't an Academy Award winner in Space Jam 1 himself, so I thought LeBron brought a lot to the table. The family relationship, I like that. I'm gonna go ahead and Bugs Bunny story arc, I mentioned it a lot of times. I like it because it shows that he was alone in Toon World, that he wants to reunite with his family, who he considers the rest of the Looney Tunes. I thought that was really touching. It feeds into this theme of the movie, which was family is important, and you should always, cherish your family and, just understand them as opposed to trying to dictate them. So that's one of the major themes I got from this movie. And I really liked it. I like how they showed it, again, from LeBron's point of view as a father and from Bugs Bunny's point of view as a long-standing cartoon character, which is, it was amazing how they did it. I thought it was great. The cameos in this movie, because there were a lot of them, with all the different characters from different movies and stuff like that. What was one that really stuck out to you?
I could not tell you.
You couldn't tell me? There were a lot. There were honestly a lot of them, from Flintstones to Game of Thrones to all that stuff. My personal favorite was the Rick and Morty cameo. I didn't see it coming. I heard little rumbles of it, but I didn't believe it. I saw it. I was like, holy crap. They really went to Rick and Morty in Space Jam. And it's kind of funny when you think about it, because one day it's going to air on the kids channel and Rick and Morty will be on the kids channel one day. So that's pretty funny.
They weren't doing nothing too bad. So
yeah, they were just, they were just there as a cameo. I mentioned this earlier. A lot of people are really squatting on this movie because it's not some type of masterpiece. I don't know what people want from a Space Jam movie. I can honestly say, like,
it was hard going in and not trying to compare it to the first Space Jam.
So very much so.
It and then it was just hard. They've really made it hard to compare it to the first Space Jam because in reality, these two movies are really not the same. The only similarity is the fact that it's utilizing basketball players.
Yeah, that's
and it shit just happens to be in space. So I mean,
right.
That's it. And then technically, this wasn't even in space. It
was in the video game.
Or no, it wasn't.
Well, it was in the serververse.
Yeah,
which was like the AI's thing, because the AI, he uses the serververse to pitch different movies to executives, and he pitched one to LeBron. LeBron's like, that's stupid, and he got mad and was like, well, play me in basketball, then you get your family back.
Yeah, you get your son back.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed that aspect of it. Just with showing how I think this kind of encourages kids, do what you want to do. Coding is good. Coding is cool. You can make a game. I do like that it was in a game. It made sense. Everything that happened made sense to me. And that's just honest. Like, the original Space Jam made sense to a degree, but this one was like, okay, this is exactly what's going on here. So I thought it was good. Like I said, I still don't understand like what people would want from it. It's a movie about cartoon characters playing basketball with a real life NBA superstar. How can you make that a top tier movie? I don't understand how I can make that a top tier movie. But
no part was funny was when they were with the Michael Jordan part.
Oh yeah, Michael Jordan, Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, that was funny. I was like, oh okay.
Yeah, that was a good joke.
Funny.
Some of the Looney Tunes characters, they like I said, they kind of left Bugs behind because they went to different worlds inside of the Warner movie. So they went to different movies.
It was pretty much Life After the Snap.
Yeah.
It was pretty much Life After the Snap. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I like the Elmer Fudd and Sylvester were in the Austin Powers movie. I thought that was funny because Sylvester was the shaved cat that Dr. Evil always held around. Lola Bunny was in Wonder Woman.
Crazy though is that when you said those characters, it's just the fact that they put them in there because they knew that Space Jam fans and fans of Space Jam during pretty much would it be around my age, a little older. So they put old cartoons in there. So
yeah, like old cartoons and older movies and stuff like that. That what you mean?
They put the older cartoons in there so that way, like a person like me, I'll see the Flintstones.
Oh, okay, yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah, all the characters, they had like Joker, Pennywise, all that stuff. They had all different, but it's not distracting though. Like where someone would say, "Oh, it's nothing but a marketing." No, I mean not really, because all the characters are there in the background. You see them, but they're not like focused on. They don't go, "Oh, hey, look, Fred Flintstone was in the background breakdancing in this basketball game." Like, No, it's just like, hey, Fred Flintstone's in the background. All right, this basketball game is what you should be looking at right now, though. But if you get distracted looking in the background, fine. But if you don't,
it wasn't that distracting to me.
no, not at all. I don't think it was. I don't think it was distracting enough to call the movie a big old ad for HBO Max or Warner Brothers. It's just like we can't do Who Framed Roger Rabbit and have like 50 different studios in one movie. Like that was a nightmare to make itself. I know the behind the scenes behind that. You're not going to do that in 2021. You know how, Disney's not going to loan Mickey Mouse to a Space Jam movie for 2 seconds. Come on, no, not at all. So overall, like I said, I thought the movie was fine. I don't agree with the bad reviews. I don't agree with the negative hearsay about it because at face value is exactly what we have. The movie even tells you exactly what it's going to be. Hey, this is going to be LeBron James inside of a Warner Brothers computer playing basketball. Like the movie makes that very clear, and it even calls itself stupid at one point. I thought it was fine. I thought it was a fine movie. I enjoyed it.
And they had to find a way to make it relatable to kids because that's what their target audience is.
Yeah.
So they're into the electronics, so they will understand all of that. And like I said, that's who it's for. It's for them. I'm sure if they watched the original, they would probably like the original as well. But for right now, like that's them. Like let them have it. Like it is what it is.
I tested that theory on our kids. I played the new one and I played the first one, and I said, okay, which one do you like better? Both of them unanimously said we like the new one better.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So
like that's the target audience. They have everything in there.
Yeah. That
would attract their attention.
And I definitely I like the fact that kids do like this new Space Jam and are reintroduced to these characters. As a Looney Tunes fan, it makes me happy because I'm like, yo, they are digging the Looney Tunes. They love the catchphrases.
That's the whole point.
Yeah. So I do hope that this leads to a resurgence of the Looney Tunes in a way to where we can get a better theatrical film. Like that's it. So did anything else?
The Looney Tunes had a fun. It's over.
Nah, it'll never be over. I need more. Anything that you particularly liked about this movie?
I like some of the references. I did like when some of the characters were coming out to go to the little space, quote unquote, Space Jam. The movie was pretty funny. Mm-hmm. The people in the stands? What's the commentators?
Little Rel and Ernie Hudson Jr.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I don't watch ESPN, so if I got his name wrong, excuse me.
I don't know. I think that's about it.
Yeah. I like the fact that most of the movie was in the hand-drawn style because I was afraid that a lot of it was probably going to be 3D animated, but a surprising chunk of it was hand-drawn, so I really did like that. It made me want to go to the movies and see it just because I appreciate 2D animation, but I like that. The jokes in there were funny. I did like a lot of the jokes. There was a lot of good humor in there. Yeah. And I like the plot. I liked it as a movie. What are some things that you didn't like about it? Here we go. Welcome to the Space Jam. Dislikes.
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
I will say one thing while you're thinking that every time you laughed at a joke in the movie, I was genuinely surprised. I was like, and you laughed at some jokes that I didn't even think you were going to find funny. And I was like, oh my God, it's a hit for me if she laughs because I laugh at stupid stuff all the freaking time. If she laughs at some of the stuff that I would laugh at, I'm like, yo, this is a legit joke. Because it's not often.
Yes, I didn't like the cousin part. I didn't like how the little AI just flip out so damn quick. Like, damn, sir. Damn.
Yeah, Don Cheadle bodied that, but he was flipping out like crazy. It was part where he was cursing and had all the bleeps on there.
Like, damn.
Yeah, no, that was Yeah.
Like that was your last draw, just that family right there.
Right. Damn it, LeBron, you were my last hope.
I know, like damn.
I was gonna be somebody. Yeah.
No, I think I'm trying to remember. I mean, it did move a little slow for me with the I guess with the villains, like them getting to who the villains were. I was a little pissed. I was like, well, damn, when the fuck we gonna find out who they fighting? Like, damn. Like they didn't do no character development of them. Like they did with in the older Space Jam.
I'm gonna shoot this movie some bail and I'm gonna get killed for it immediately after. They kind of did, because they showed a part where the kid went to the basketball players and they were like, "Oh, this is what I want to be in the game. This is what I want to be in the game." And then like they did the little level up part, and they kind of alluded to one part with the spider and it's allusions to it. So I'm gonna shoot the movie bail on that front. There are allusions, it's hinted at towards the villains throughout the movie, but no, they're not giving character development, but there are hints to them throughout the movie.
Let's see what else I got tonight. I don't know. I think that's it.
Okay.
That I can think of like without taking up too much time.
Yeah. What some of the things that I disliked, I didn't like how LeBron just let the AI talk to his son any type of way. I was like, "Dang, you don't let your son get talked to by that boy? You don't go over there and knock his ass out real quick." I didn't like that. I was like, "Oh, boo." Yeah, and yeah, my other dislikes I've already said them. Should have been more Looney Tunes. Did you like the ending?
You know, that whole thing just has me with what is it? Avengers Endgame.
How so?
First, okay, lastly, with them like going back to the human world, whatever, they all just like feeling like little dust particles again.
Hey, that was kind of weird though. Like, hey, I'm gonna zap you from the phone. It did feel Thanos-esque. It did.
And then, like I said at the beginning with bugs. Oh, let me find the team. Oh, Black Widow's training to. It's like some Hawkeye shit. Not Black Widow's training. Lola's training
to be Wonder Woman and stuff like that.
That's Hawkeye.
Hey, real quick, how they use the Wonder Woman theme in this movie, but not her own movie? All right, I'm done with that. So
that too. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's it.
Okay, I like the ending. Because I liked it, but I didn't like it because like they had Bugs come into the real world and show how all the Toons was gonna be there. But then I didn't like it because it's like
they didn't show a lot of pictures.
They didn't.
Like I expected that thing to be like what's that thing called? Hangover.
Like just show pictures all throughout the credits. Yeah, or at least show like a little clip of them doing something with people. So that's why I was like, oh, I don't like this. Like you going to tease this and then not. So that's why I'm like, yo, come on, just make another Looney Tunes.
I was like, yeah, and then they showed bullshit. I was like, man, shit.
Yeah, the first two photos were like really good, and the rest of them was just like, okay, we're just gonna clip our Granny, Photoshop Granny in this, Photoshop Speedy in this. So that's kind of why I didn't like that. I'm split on the ending. It was good, but it was bad. We already talked about what stood out, right? Like a lot of the cameos and things like that. We already talked about if there could have been a better ending. I think it. I don't know. It's a Space Jam movie. What the hell? I don't think so. It ended fine to me. I don't think it could be a better ending. Do you think it deserves a sequel? To which I have a very interesting piece of information for you.
It does not.
So, funny enough, the director of this movie has recently said that he would like to see Dwayne Johnson be in a wrestling version of a Space Jam movie, to which I would like to see that. Because I don't think that we can ever do Looney Tunes with basketball. I don't want to see it anymore. I've seen it twice. Let's do another sport. Because I think, like, another 25 years, going to have another big basketball player or whatever. And they're like, this is only a story that can be done twice. Really should have only been done once. Shouldn't have been done at all. But it happened 2 times. We're good. Let's get another sport. And, or hey, how about this? Let's just not do sports and just do a regular movie like we did with Back in Action. Huh? How about that? But if we got to do another sport, wrestling, football, or soccer, because I don't know much about soccer. Let's do soccer and make a story out of that. But I would like the Dwayne Johnson wrestling story for the Looney Tunes. I think that'd be pretty funny. And it'll give a better story too, because it might open up for a better story.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to think of what you gonna go get the Flintstones or something. Who's wrestling?
I'm coming back to wrestling, but I don't know. My arch nemesis, Stone Cold, is being abducted by Yosemite Sam, and this time the bad Looney Tunes are really bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a writer, but somebody could come up with something.
All right.
Just no more basketball.
Just not that. Okay.
Don't take my idea, Malcolm
Please
D. Lee.
don't.
It's horrible. But I will cameo in the next one if you need me. I got a little acting.
Okay.
Do a little accent here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this movie, great. I liked it. What out of 5 stars? We didn't talk about the cast, but the cast all did great.
What is there to talk about?
No, I was just saying they all did great. I didn't. We usually say who the cast.
I mean, but they really, they're
there. They exist. They're people.
Yeah, it's like
the only 2 people you know is LeBron James and Don Cheadle.
And the son.
Zendaya was Lola Bunny. Veteran voice actors were everyone else. Okay, so out of 5 stars, what are you giving this?
I don't feel like rating it.
Yeah. Oh, and shout out to Eric Bauza and Jeff Bergman. Those are the veteran voice actors. I have to give respect. I respect voice actors. That was really kind of rude for me. I do. I respect them, man. Shout out. Eric Bauza from Toronto. That's where I should have moved to. But okay. All right. So Sam is omitting the rating for the first time. Nah, and I don't blame you. This is a hard movie to kind of rate because it's like, on one hand, you understand what the movie is and what it's supposed to be. But on the other hand, you kind of want to tell people like, yo, listen, like, shut up and just watch the movie and enjoy it. With that said, though, I will give this a 4.
Oh, my God. It definitely doesn't deserve a 4.
You didn't let me finish. And a half. No.
It definitely doesn't.
I give it I watched it 3 times, okay? And I've warped my opinion every time I've watched it, but I feel the same way about the movie every time I watch it. It just should have been more Looney Tunes. So I give it 3.9.
I mean, like I said, the movie is moving slow in some places and sometimes, so especially like with the whole little the AI thing, it moved a little slow with that.
Yeah.
Like I said, it had its slow moments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was an enjoyable movie. It is definitely in the upper tier of my ratings.
I think that they set up that whole little like thing with the AI better.
Mm-hmm.
That maybe a backstory before he actually went to like the agency, it would have helped out a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it don't have to be nothing long.
Just like something short. Just like if you just gave a sentence, hey, look, I've been trying to work so hard for this. Something. I don't know. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But again, not Looney Tunes. Space Jam: A New Legacy came out to do what it was meant to do, which was introduce new kids to Looney Tunes and give LeBron James a reason to act. So it was an enjoyable movie. I enjoyed it. I give it 4 stars. I know I keep going between 4 and 3.9, so I'm somewhere in that middle section right there. Sam has omitted her rating at the time.
Yeah, I'd give it like a 3.2, the highest, if that.
Okay. All right, so he had it.
And it's not because of LeBron. It's just that, like I said, this movie was flowing like it's branching off in so many different directions. So you can see where they might be trying to have storylines for other things. Like to me, it was like a setup for other movies instead of just being a movie. So that's what really got me.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. So definitely give it a check out for yourself. Give it a watch. I say it's definitely worth the watch. Space Jam: A New Legacy. It's available now on HBO Max. And if y'all got money and patience to go to the theaters now, it's also available in theaters. So until then, until next time, this is Dave, Sam. This has been another installment of BrickWall Reviews. Follow us on social media, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for announcements on new content to come. Peace out. Stay loony.